In honor of purchasing a house, I want to teach y'all how my dad taught me how to look at Zillow. Does that mean I'm a professional? No. Does that mean it's right? No. Did I get the house though? Okay, so one of the first things I always do when you go to Zillow, always use these filters. And I mean always. Because stop playing with yourself, okay? You need to say exactly what you're looking for. Are you looking for a house? Do you want those multifamily homes? Do you have a maximum price? Do you have a minimum price? If y'all don't be better than me, for real, and I say that because I would leave these blank. And do you see where it say 10 million? Let me tell you how many virtual tours I took on these $10 million houses. And every single time I was so disappointed whenever somebody bought it. I'm like, yo, like y'all didn't even give me a chance to assess my finances. Just be better than me.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. She's absolutely right. This is a great time to have a video like this because a lot of you all use several different online tools to help you in your home buying process. We want to listen to this young creator and the advice that her dad gave to her so that you can be more realistic in your search, so you're not wasting your time, you're not being unrealistic, and you have a good feel before you actually reach out to your lending partner, realtor partner to help you achieve your goal. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Robert, and on this channel, we simplify the home loan process. Leg up.
All right, I just chose this house as an example. The last thing you want to do is look at those photos. Do you hear me? The last thing you need to do is look at them pictures, because why? Every house is interesting enough to take a look. Even, it doesn't even matter if you hate the outside of it. Each is worth looking at. So this is not what you should be looking at. This is not what you should be paying attention to.
You want to use Zillow in a way that will benefit you and help you look at a potential property before you actually get with a realtor. First and foremost, you want to search and have a filter for if the house is for sale, rent, or sold. Okay. Then the price range, as she was showing when you first start off, they have all homes from $0 to $10 million. So let's say your budget is 275 and you don't want to see anything under let's say $150,000. You hit apply, and as you can see over here, the numbers are going to start coming down, right? Let's say you want 3 bedrooms, and let's say bathrooms you want 1.5, right? You see the numbers going down even more. Home type, let's take out townhomes, multifamilies, condos, lots, apartments, manufactured. We're drilling this thing down more and more, okay? And then you could go to the more tab and the listing types. We'll leave the owner posted, agent posted, but let's get rid of new construction, foreclosures, auctions. Let's get rid of coming soons. Maybe you want to, let's see who has a 3D tour. None of them, all right? So let's take that off. So you want to come down, we'll leave the any square footage, but you could drill down here, right? Let's say you wanted something 1,000 square feet minimum, and we'll leave max alone. Lot size, let's say we'll leave the lot size there, and then the year built. Okay, but my point is you can narrow these things down and hit apply. This gives you a better universe of what's actually available in said price range, where you're not running around looking at a bunch of stuff that you don't need to look at. Now let's just click the first house here. Got a 3.2, 1,300 square feet. All these pictures, I don't believe the pictures. I want you guys to actually physically go and look at the property. But what you want to look at is the facts. When you open this up, this gives you a good idea of the room sizes, what you're getting, kitchen, what type of heating it has, appliances, features, the interior areas, parking, lot size. This is almost a half an acre here. So you're not going to run into that square footage thing that she spoke about, because there's more than double the square footage in a lot size. You're not going to be right on top of anybody. Construction type gives you a good idea what that is. And then here, utilities. It's a sewer, it's public, city water. A lot of times when you have a lot that's a half an acre or more, you might have that septic situation that we spoke about, or well water. These are good things to know. Is there a HOA? No. Okay. Gives you the subdivision, the location. It also gives you the price per square foot, the tax assessed value of the home where they're basing the taxes on, date on the market when it was put on the market, how many days, cumulative days 3, Listing terms. This is good. Can it go conventional or FHA, VA, or USDA? These are all things that are good to know up front, right? Now, from there, I like to scroll down. I'm not worried about the Zestimate and all that kind of stuff because your realtor is going to give you what the actual home sales are in that area to help determine what the value of the house is when you guys are working on your strategy to buy the house. But this is good area, good information to look at the price history. So it was listed, okay, 269 here, but it was sold back in 2022. So this current owner has had it since that time. It sold for 300,000. That was the price, and it was on the market for almost a year. I'm just joking, but it was on the market a long time. Well, you can see prices are down. All right. So this is a telltale sign of how aggressive you might be able to get. And a lot of you guys have been talking about affordability in certain markets. So as you can see, the market is doing its job in pricing homes, but these prices aren't going back to 2009. It was $103,000. If you guys watched the last video that we did on the channel, you can see real time how a lot of buyers are missing out on a lot of properties because they keep lowballing the offer. You and your realtor professional have to be able to determine what type of market you're in. And if you keep submitting offers and you go back and see what the sold prices are and they're over asking price, that's the market you're in. You're going to have to adjust your offer strategy or stay on the sidelines until the time that you think these houses are going to come down to where you want them to be. But most people are finding that you're just losing time and money because inflation is affecting all of us. And if you're not putting those dollars to use, the buying power is coming down. So I digress on that point. So price history is a good area to help you get your offer strategy together if that makes sense. Public tax history. I love this because in this area, you can often see the trajectory, the trend of where taxes are going, especially if a house was rehabbed or something of that nature. You can also tell if there was a huge jump from one year to the next. That could be an indication of the current owners were elderly or they had some types of exemptions that you may not be able to have. So you want to be able to go in and ferret out those numbers and make sure that you are getting an estimate based upon what you are going to be able to get and not what is currently there. These are all little areas that a lot of lenders and realtors, they'll give you quick stuff like this and give you a false sense of what a payment should be when in actuality, those numbers don't relate to you. So be careful in those areas. Another area, let me see here, that I like to look at, even in the payment section. When you're looking at the payments or the local professionals, all those are marketing type things. That I mean that they're the marketing expert, and it doesn't mean that they're bad. I'm just telling you at this point, you're not looking for that. You're not looking to be pressured. You're looking to use the technology that they're making available to you to help you get an understanding and educate yourself enough to know that when you're talking to these people, you can tell if they're the local expert. You can tell if the lender has the acumen and the foresight and the ability to help you not just see what the lowest rate and payment is now, but how long are you going to be in the house? What's the plans, right? Is it good for you to do a down payment assistance? Should you look at buying out your private mortgage insurance? Should you pay points? All of these things are not things that are going to be ferreted out on a web page. That's where you can tell if the person that you're listening to is someone that you should know, like, and trust. What you can and should understand with all of these estimated payments, okay, is that they're based upon some assumptions. And always read the small print. The devil is in the details. Most of these situations, let me see here where I'm looking. Right here. They're saying down payment $54,000. What's $54,000? What's the asking price of this house? So 269,999 times 0.2. Well, I'll be doggone. That's 20%. So if you're not putting 20% down, this estimate is not applicable to you. But you don't know that a lot of times when you're looking at this. You're just saying, hey, the estimated payment is $1,538. Moreover, you have to make sure that the property taxes are going to be applicable to you. Are they accurate? And Insurance, this is another estimate, but one of the professionals I think you should already have in your back pocket, even at this early stage, you should have an insurance company and an inspector. Because those are things that are outside of the scope of what the lender is going to do or the realtor. They can give you some names, but how much better would it be for you to be prepared up front if you can identify some homes and you can reach out to an insurance company at any time and say, you know what, I'm thinking about buying 123 Main Street. Give me an estimate on what the insurance would be. And that's something that you know up front helps truncate the time, and it gives you that education on how to look at insurances. But all of this is an opinion, it's an estimate. And they always estimate on the lower side because this is a lead generation situation. Always understand that they want your information. I'm in the business as well, but I go about it the other way. I want to educate you. And in that education and all the videos that we have on the channel, you can make the decision if I'm the type of lender that you want to deal with. One other area that I want you to pay attention to on these websites that they give you, the street view, okay? Because those pictures lie. But this is, in essence, Google Earth. But if you click the street view, if it's not in a gated community, this gives you a great idea. Sometimes the last time the street view was done is a little older, but still you can go through the neighborhood, you can see what's around you, and you could drive. You could go up and down the street, see what's going on. And this is a better depiction before you actually get out with a realtor after you've been properly approved. You know, if this is an area that you might want to go and see. So as you can see, guys, there is a plethora of information that can be garnered from a Zillow, Redfin. You have to learn how to use the tools to help educate yourself so that you're an informed buyer and you know before you owe. If I could be of assistance to you in helping you determine what would be the best loan situation for you and your family, I would love to have that conversation with you. I'm a lender. My NMLS license number is 180100, and my contact information is pinned in the top comment and in the description of this video. My time is up, but I thank you for yours. As I always say, guys, let's be good to one another. Let grace abound. Check out these next two videos. They'll help you in your education as you work towards your goal of home ownership. Indeed, y'all stay blessed.